So I stopped trading around 10 like usual, and coming back after my workout and shower, it's hard not to have a little bit of FOMO on CPOP. But anyway, guys, welcome back to another day trading recap. Today's Wednesday, the last trading week of the year. And again, we didn't really get that good Momo, especially pre-market. Eventually, it kind of picked up with ISIG leading the pack and getting halted, but overall, it wasn't really that nice. I mean, look at here on our top gap scanner. We got ISIG up 26% right now, CPOP up 37%, all with less than $500 million in dollar volume. So it's just not that nice momentum, which is a little bit unfortunate. And I don't think I did very good trading today at all. At the open, I think the only thing I did was give back profits, which was kind of frustrating. I was constantly missing moves. I don't know if I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, but it wasn't my trading day. I could just not get into any sort of flow state with these tickers. So that was a little bit frustrating. Yesterday, I almost hit the nail on the head with my guess of what kind of profits we made. Today, I think this is going to be hard. The last trade on the day I actually made a little bit of money, but from like 8 to like 950 was just giving back a lot of profits. And I used a lot of different share sizes today. I don't think I really ever went over $10,000. So, maybe like an average like $5,000 or $6,000 share size. So pretty small position sizes that I was using. So even if I had like an okay day of 5% based on my average position size, I don't think I'm up much more than $250. Let's go ahead and check here and see what's up. $220. Okay, so that was actually a pretty good guess today as well. I gotta say, these guesses, I'm much better at guessing than I would have thought I would be, but anyone that's been on this channel for a little bit probably realizes the mistake I made today without even looking at my trades, and that's easily summarized by counting the tickers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickers I traded today. That's too many tickers. I should not be trading this many tickers, and it's usually always a bad sign when I'm trading more than 2 or 3 tickers, because it means there's no clear lead gapper, and I'm trading everything that's moving, and I'm just not focused, and that's how I felt today for sure. Let's start with PIXY. This is the company that somehow I am most right on, even though I just felt like I knew what this ticker would do, and oftentimes it did it. I just was always on the wrong side of this ticker. It was really frustrating. Let's go to the daily chart first, though, and kind of see what this ticker has in store. Well, first of all, we've traded this ticker many times in the past, and it is an ugly, ugly ticker. A lot of these one-day spikes, it's rare that it has multi-day runners, and maybe that's why I was a little bit cautious on it, but $2 or 167 is big time resistance, and then $2 is big time resistance. And after that, I would argue in this area, somewhere around 3 and 2.5, kind of staying with the whole and half dollars are key support and resistance zones. And let's quickly look here. Industry, it's a professional service company in the human resources sub-industry. 29 million shares outstanding, rounded up, 45 million market cap. And catalyst today, like always, I'm usually not looking, but I did look for PIXY just because it was like something about YouTube, and I had a look. And right here, I thought this was so funny, and I posted this in the Discord as well. PIXY posts YouTube video titled "Building the Largest Metaverse for Restaurants and Launching Our National Food Brands." This has probably got to be the most or highest grossing YouTube video based on, well, actually, let's see here. Okay, this is it. This is the video. Based on YouTube channel size. Look at this. Their YouTube channel has 614 subscribers. It's got 1,500 views. And then if you look at their stock price, so they posted this on December 23rd. That was Thursday, right before the market closed for the holiday. So Friday the markets were closed. So that was right here in this area. They posted that video. And their stock has gone up 124%. So we're talking, based on their market cap right now, we're talking like over $20 million of increased market cap was the result of uploading this video. So I think this has got to be one of the highest grossing YouTube videos based on a YouTube channel size. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit butthurt here. I barely make enough for beer money on YouTube. I do it for the community, but this is just ridiculous. And a good reason I probably would not be holding PIXY very, very long. There you have it, guys. This is $20 million plus an increased market cap value. All right, I can't watch this. This is too painful. Anyway, let's dive into the 5-minute chart and see how we went ahead and traded this one. I didn't really like it pre-market. It had a really quick pop here. It looks like extended hours before pre-market started. This was like a 170% move, just totally ridiculous. Probably a short squeeze of some sort. It does kind of find some good support in this area. This is frustrating. Originally, I wanted to get this support line bounce and I missed it. That was so frustrating. And then I had a limit order right around here, somewhere in this area. Literally, the price went down, touched the price where my limit order was, and then bounced up 12%. And then I was just like, okay, that was really frustrating. Somewhere in this area was like the 12%, and then I stopped looking at it. It looked like it went up a total of like 17-18% from where my limit order was. So that was really annoying. I did try to do this one last trade here. That didn't work. And then to the market open, I tried to trade this one on a potential red to green move as well. The red to green move totally failed. This was quite frustrating, I gotta say, because I had the right idea, but my timing was off. It had an 8% bounce, and then I actually ended up cutting all my losses here at 1.6. As you see here, it was not like the biggest loss, but it was still kind of annoying because I didn't have really any good winners today. So $300, as small as that amount is, my overall P&L, and I just wasn't that big to begin with, so I kind of gave back like over half of my profits on that failed red to green attempt, which is just mind-blowing for many different reasons. But yeah, good for you, PIXY. I mean, what a solid promotion. I can't argue that. Just the market doesn't surprise me anymore. Anything could happen in the market, and I'm just like, yeah, of course. I mean, why not? Moving on to CANF, I am up $11 on this ticker, so shouldn't be too much to review here. I've traded this ticker multiple times on the past. We all know CANF. That's been day trading small caps for just even a few months. This ticker is just a constant popper. Right now it has big resistance at 1.5, so we knew this part would be hard for CANF to get through. It's a biotech, 20 million shares outstanding, 27 million market cap, so nice low float with a product patent filing, looks like comes up here. So it has a catalyst and it's been a multi-day runner. Okay, big resistance for sure at about 1.8. Let's go to the 5-minute and look at this one a little bit more. And here pre-market, you can see how this one's spiking up. And we were trying to ride that front side. And after that failed front side move, I just haven't really looked at CANF ever since. So let's zoom into this one a little bit more. And this white area is kind of that support area I was marking out on the daily. And yeah, you can see how I traded this one. Let's zoom out a little bit more. On the 5-minute, we were having a nice pullback into this area, and then I was trading this support zone. Unfortunately, the bounce wasn't really that strong, and I kind of shook myself out of this one. I just kind of closed right away and never really let this one have come to fruition, so I think I closed this one too fast, but I just wasn't really a big fan of the overall volume and the lack of potential upside here. I got caught in so many tickers that was quickly spiking up and just kept selling off. So I think that was more or less the reason I didn't trade CANF so well, is because of past tickers I traded that were similar that just didn't have good resolution. CPOP, the next ticker here, I'm also up $11 on, pretty ridiculous. Let's go to the daily chart. We've traded this ticker in the past. Two really big green days here. Looks pretty solid. Let's try to zoom out a little bit more. Big time resistance it broke through, so that's looking really good. Maybe it's going to have a run to around $4 or so. I like the way how this one is still popping. This is the one we started off looking at right in the beginning of this video. It's a entertainment company, movies and entertainment sub-industry with 24 million shares outstanding and 78 million market cap. A little bit on the higher market cap side. Usually we're trading tickers below 100 and ideally below 50, so it's kind of in that higher range. But sometimes we'll be trading 250, 500 million market cap. But the higher the market cap, usually the weirder it trades. It's not as clean, oftentimes has these kind of failed continuation moves, or it has like multiple attempts of breaking higher before it actually does. I feel like this is probably more of a bottom play than anything else, just because a big support was coming in here. Now it's kind of ripping, maybe a short squeeze or so. The news catalysts don't really look too interesting. Let's go to the 5-minute here and zoom in on this one. Pre-market, it had this nice little run up. I like the fact that yesterday it was able to hold its highs well and then move into a nice gap up today. The problem was that it wasn't really able to hold this and then it faded. I really like this big support around 1.7. Unfortunately, somehow I wasn't really able to capitalize on that big support. I don't really know what I was doing, but I, clearly I was doing the wrong thing, and that's what I was saying pre-market. I just wasn't really in the right mindset or something today. I was missing moves left and right, and then I would be, you know, finally entering them kind of with the wrong timing or a little bit late. Let's zoom into the daily chart on this one and see how I went ahead and actually ended up trading this one. So we have some good support in this area once we broke back above VWAP. I tried to trade this area and I did okay, but kind of smaller size, and we were lacking real continuation. Here's another trade where you can see we lacked continuation. I kind of took a small loss on this one. This one had a red to green move and then just ripped 25%. This was insane, and this is what I was looking for with PIXY. If you guys remember PIXY, I was trying to do the exact same thing, snag a red to green move, and then, you know, wait for that rip. And here we didn't get that rip. While with CPOP, we got a really, really nice rip right here. And I was not on it. You know, I picked the wrong stock, and that's just the situation. I was not focusing on the best. CPOP had significantly twice as much more volume, so I really should have been focused on CPOP. Anyway, in this area, I was waiting for maybe a little. I was trying to potentially scalp in this area, and I finally end up scalping on an entry on this red candle, and it keeps selling off, so I cut my losses on this one. And then I look for a nice support line bounce here, because on the 5-minute we had big time support. This wasn't really the best. I did get that last nice exit here at 74, so that was good, but my entries weren't really that good on this, so that was kind of a smaller win, but I think it made up for this kind of red trade. And then again, you know, of course, I just go ahead and miss the really good moves on this one because I'm done trading. But I gotta say, on CPOP, it was really funny because it was doing the Colby shake, where first it has this flush to the downside, so a fake out, and then it rips. Had a second flush to the downside and rips. Second flush to the downside and rips. The Colby shake has been one of the best performing patterns. Basically, if a ticker fakes to one side, just flushes for no reason, just blindly buy it. It's been a really good way to make some killer money really quick. I mean, look at this open. That was also that red to green move where it just flushes to the downside and then rips up here. Big red candle, flushes to the downside, rips up, and every time, I mean, we're talking like 9% plus. Even this little move is around 4 or 5%. Really, really nice. This move in total is what, like 5% as well. I'm never really looking to get the full move of anything, but I mean, just how quick it happens, like big red candle and then whips back to the upside right here, 10%. So it's just really, really nice to potentially get one of those. But overall, and you know, on chart patterns, this is CPOP is really, really messy, and I would argue quite tricky to trade. You almost have to just kind of get lucky on this ticker by blindly buying it, because usually you should be cutting your losses in these areas and not, you know, buying. So I found CPOP to be a little bit tricky, but at least I'm green on it and not red, and, you know, cut losses into one of these flushes. That would have been really stressful. On the 5-minute overall, I mean, this ticker's been on a pretty steady front side here. Obviously, it's had, you know, back sides and it's been ranging a lot, but overall, it is, you know, trending up pretty nicely. And on the 4-hour, you can see that huge support zone coming in right here. So that would have been a really nice place to just start accumulating this ticker. I'm not sure how much more this ticker is going to go, but right now it has that increase in volume, so that's usually something you'd be looking for. And in terms of the daily, I mean, this ticker is probably packed with back holders, so I'd be a little bit nervous in these areas, but I wouldn't be totally surprised if we saw this run to like $4 or even $5. Maybe not like a full-on $5, but like start getting towards this 4.7 zone, or maybe like 4.5 or something like that. Let's go ahead and map it out. But maybe it needs like 2-3 days of consolidation and pulling back to like 2.4 or something like that before we see that continuation. So a little bit of a pullback first. I don't know. Anything's possible, but I'm done with CPOP for now. Let's keep running to ISIG. This was the lead gapper on the day. I'm only up 146 on it, and mainly because I was trading this one like yesterday. I was only trading this one with very, very small size. So let's quickly scroll on to it. On the daily, you guys can see how this ticker has been, you know, extremely volatile, but at the same time holding its big gains. I mean, it started a few weeks back right here on the 3rd of December, and it ripped up 650%. And technically from that area, it's still holding about like 155% of those gains. So it's actually holding its highs quite okay. It did have a huge sell-off here around 70%. but it's back at the top. And this is the ticker that yesterday we were talking about when it was around $20. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw $25 or $30. And I was even thinking about, this would be one of those contenders I would probably look for a swing trade on. Unfortunately, my swing trades are fully allocated, and that's why I'm not touching any overnights at the moment. But ISIG was just that perfect contender. Media company, 1.8 million shares outstanding, so that's a really small amount of shares outstanding. This ticker can just rip, and that's why it's getting halted like crazy. 40 million market cap, and look, it even has squeeze candidate news, so that's already kind of sums up this ticker for sure, because it doesn't take a lot of shares to move this ticker. After the halt this morning, it's kind of been selling off ever since. There's definitely some big support going to come up around $20, so that could be a really good midday bounce zone potential, and then we'll see if it rips off of that. Right now it's on a really strong backside, so I would be kind of careful just blindly buying this ticker at the moment until we get a little bit closer to $20. If, let's say, it has like that fake break of $20, that could be a good accumulation zone, because that means sellers weren't really interested in pushing it below $20 and buyers were ready to jump in, so that could be a good support area. Let's quickly wrap up with YGMZ. Now this is a ticker that's totally off our scanners at this point, but it's actually the ticker I'm up on the most. It had a really short run today. Let's quickly look at it. Wow, the daily chart looks miserable, but I gotta say that high relative volume on it looks actually pretty good. It's really stuck in a range and almost a backside pattern with big resistance around 2.5 and 2.65. It's a trucking company with 16 million shares outstanding and a 30 million market cap, so very small company as well. Looks like there's just a bunch of catalysts being pumped today. Looks like purchase agreement, so it looks like this company might be acquiring another company. Anywho, let's dive into the 5-minute on this one a little bit more, and you can see how fast this ticker ripped up and then disappeared. So on total, this was like a 50% rally, strong front side, but then it crashed just as fast, and now it's basically back to where it started. On the 1 minute, you can kind of see a little bit better how I traded this one. And again, I was late to the party on this ticker. Today I could have been much greener. Really looking back, it's just like crazy how bad I traded today, which is quite unfortunate. So this ticker pops up, wasn't really on my scanner yet because TOS scanners are a little bit slow, but luckily it was called out in the Discord. Unfortunately, this would have been the best spot to buy it at 740. Even on the 5-minute, it was really good support in that area, and it rips up 15%. I tried to do this second move here, and it actually was a good trade, but I closed right too soon, right before the pop, and I missed this nice move to the front side. I end up getting this pullback here, and this is really where I make most of my money on this 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, and then pop 7%. That's really where I cleaned up. Unfortunately, I had really small share size, so that was kind of frustrating. Could have walked away with a lot more profit. Did a small scalp trade here, another scalp trade here, and another one here, all of which I actually ended up landing. But YGMZ, just that initial front side with bigger size would have been the way to really clean up today very nicely and then pretty much walk away. Obviously, CPOP and ISIG had good potential today as well, but somehow I was just late to the party, and I don't know, I just didn't get any good trades on anything today. So kind of frustrating, but at least for the fact that I did pretty bad trading, at least I'm green on the day, so that's good. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to kind of zone in a little bit better, I don't know, and nail one of these moves, because today just feels like a total scratch day for what I could have maybe achieved. But overall, I mean, we are lacking like those really good, clear lead gappers that everyone's trading. So as long as we don't have that, I can't really be too disappointed for my trading, I guess. I don't know. You always want to improve, right? And I feel like I just didn't do my best today. Well, at least I'm able to share everything with you guys, and hopefully you're able to take away some good lessons. Be patient, wait for those good setups, and get aggressive and size up once it's a good setup. Oftentimes it's just so easy to be staring at charts, nothing happens, and you take a few, scratch trades, and then you get nervous, and then finally that good setup comes in, but you're mentally already destroyed, so you don't actually trade that good setup. So you just be patient, wait for that good setup, and once it comes, get aggressive. Don't be, conservative and be like, oh, let's just wait for it to pull back 1 or 2 more cents. Screw it, jump on it, because it's probably going to rip, and then you're going to get FOMO because of missing it. So don't let that happen. And trust me, it happens to all of us all the time. But if you could just reduce it like 5%, even that will, massively make a difference in the overall monthly P&L. Well, I hope you enjoyed the recap. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.